Hey guys, welcome channel. Today we're going to do our build off, upgrade, update, $50 budget, build off, whatever you want to call it, with Shaka RC Addiction, I believe is how he says it. I'll try to link it in the description to his channel. Check him out. He's got a lot of good 24 and 30 information and videos over there. So stay tuned, see what we got in the box. I did spend my whole 50 this week, so, or this 2 weeks, I suppose, as it were. So let's see what we got. All right, so we all know that we're doing the build off on the SCX30. We both started with the Jeep so far. I have put wheels on it and tires on it. Took all the stuff off the body. I do need to find my fillers. They're somewhere around here. Took the spare tire off. I actually took the mount off, but the body stays on it pretty good, so no concerns there. Today, got this box from Amazon. I know, it's Amazon. What am I going to do? See if we can get it out of this box. So there's the rear aluminum axle. We'll take a look here and see, but that's the rear axle. And this is the front. It does have brass hubs on it, aluminum steering linkage, so that should help with the down low weight. We will see in the video how much heavier these are than the stockers. We got a scale. We'll put them on the scale. This is what you get in the box. I'll put a link to these parts. It comes with looks like just comes with screws. Change the screws. I'm guessing that the silver screw in the bag is for the servo. So let's get to taking this thing apart. This body does not get easier to get off here. So using the tool that come with the truck, we'll pop these wheels off here. So the axles are splined or keyed, whatever you want to call it, for the wheels, so no tiny X's to fight with. We do have to remember that these wheels are tires, not the wheels, but the tires are directional. Already lost the wheel nut, so that's good. Alright, so we got the wheels off, so now let's get these axles out of here. There, you got hair wrapped around there. We'll just pull this off, if it'll come off. Alright. This side off. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but it's the best we can do. The screws are very tiny and very hard to see. You can see that screw is coming out, and it's bringing the lower trailing arms and shocks. Let's undo the servo. Appears to be screwed in from behind, so looks like we gotta take the servo saver off, so we'll center that and then take that off there. I guess we'll get the screw out of it. Okay, the screw out of here. Swing this around, and the screw is in the back of this. It's a captured ball stud. Take that off, set it to the side. So now we gotta, I guess we can take the servo off, but it has Phillips screws, as you can see. Hopefully this Phillips I have here will get them off there. Alright, make sure you don't lose that screw just in case it doesn't. Put that over there, push that up out of the way. Then we gotta take the upper out, and they come straight down, it appears. Get down in there. These are ball studs also. This side is not really any easier, but a little bit with that arm off. Alright, so there's the front axle off. And it will have the drive shaft on it. And that's also a Phillips screw that holds that on, so we'll take that off. I want these to be fair when we weigh them. And there's the front axle. See if we can straighten this up. It is just a little bit wider. Not much, but a little bit. And we know that makes a difference. So there's those. Let's pop this back one off here. We'll do the same process. Pull these off. Lower links and shocks. Again, captured ball stud. And drop the rear down and tilt it. These ones got an extra ball stud on top for some reason. Alright, so both axles out. Let's pop this drive shaft off here. Compare the rears. I mean, it's just wider. It's not, well, there you go. So just a little bit. Alright, let's grab the scale. See where we're at with weight wise. We'll compare each one and then. Alright, we'll turn the scale on. Zero out. It's in pounds, so we want, it's in ounces, so that'll be fine. So we'll start with the stock rear. Okay, so we've got our scales. I'll put it in the upper corner, the readings. So here's our stock one. And it's reading right around 9 grams. So that's the stock rear. And this is the new rear. Try to put it on there the same way. That one's reading 11.2 grams. So picked up 2.2 grams in the rear. Here's the stock front. It's reading 11 grams. The new front, aluminum with brass. And it is reading 22.3. So we doubled the front weight, which is pretty substantial on these. So there's that. We'll weigh the whole truck once we get done. So I guess now we reverse the process and we start putting them back in. Well, we'll start with the rear because it seems the easiest. We got to put the drive shaft on. The long drive shaft goes in the rear. There is a little flat there, hard to see, so you just have to kind of there you go. Should slide right on, shouldn't take any effort. Try to get our screw back in there. We'll probably drop this a few times. Oh, we got lucky on that one. So, I'll be careful screwing these back in. We might as well put our front drive shaft on. We'll move these stockers out of the way. Throw our front drive shaft on while we're here. Again, it'll just slide on. We're going to do this a little different. We're going to put the screw on the end of the screwdriver and put it through. Again, don't over tighten these. You'll strip them out and then you'll have all kinds of problems. You can feel it tighten up, and that's that. All right, we're going to put the rear in. So we'll get the drive shaft lined up. Goes in like that. This could get a little tricky. So bring down this one, upper arm. Get our driver in there. There we go. Tilt that. And just screw it in. You don't have to over tighten these. Snug them up, just like that. And do the other side. This side's a little trickier. Mind your drive shaft. Just put that in there. These are really fine threads, so they don't feel like they're going, but they are. Snug that up. And come over here, drive shaft still in. Put our driver in here. Put our driver in there. Okay. Thought the uppers would be the hard ones. Right in there. Everything is in the same place as the, as the stock ones. Be careful not to cross thread these. They're cross thread very easy. Thankfully I didn't have to find that out. And then there's our rear axle installed. It's now on to the front one. This one's a little trickier because of the servo, and you can make sure we put it on right. The short arm goes to the top. See if we can get our drive shaft in there. Just like that. Try to get our upper arms in there without too much hassle. Everything's in the way in the front. Drive shaft came apart, so hopefully once I put one on, I can still get the drive shaft back together. Looks like I possibly can. A lot going on in the front of this. There we go. Now we got to put this other upper on. And obviously now we know we got to be very mindful. Let me See if I have a better driver, a little longer here. There it is. This is a .050, but I think it may help us. We can reach down in here and get a hold of that, or not. Thought we did. There we go. Oh, we missed. Screw that in. Okay, uppers are on. Drive shaft's still in it. Let's put the lowers on. This can be done with the stock tool if you don't have an MIP driver. It's a little trickier. Screw them on. If you're worried about it falling apart, you could put some, medium, low strength Loctite on there. Turn the wheel. Snug it up. Put a lot of pressure because you don't want to break that off in there. There you go. All right, so I'm guessing I guess we'll mount the servo first. Let's see which ones are the servo. Right here. Them are Phillips, and luckily we got a magnetic Phillips. Don't tighten that one yet until you get this second one in. That one went easier. Okay, now you can snug these up. They don't have to be crazy tight. All right. So now we've got to hook this to the servo saver arm. They give you a bunch of screws for putting everything together, but we didn't really need them. So it comes with this little ball stud. I'm going to put the screw through there. That's a Phillips also. Let's see. It looks stainless. Let's see if it is. Yep, it is. It's actually stainless. So, all right, we'll swing this out. Try to get this through this arm, just like that. And then, yeah, remember it goes on the back side of that. All right, so this should just line up because it has these little notches, so it should just line up with no problem. But as I can see, we're gonna have to turn the radio on and center that because it turned. So turn this radio on, plug the battery in, then it's holding, get it turned on. You just have to push it light to turn it on. All right, so now you can see that it centered itself. Slide that on. Put your screw back in. That's the Allen, so we'll use the factory one so we don't over tighten it. It goes goes in nice and snug. Just want to snug that up. Might as well test it. Yep. I don't think it gave us any more steering, but I don't think it hurt us. Alright, so now we can shut this off with long, well, it's not as long as it used to be. And this isn't a regular wheel nut. If you look, it's a splined or whatever you want to call it. So you can't use a regular wheel wrench. So, alright, so we're gonna, let's get the body back on it. That's what they look like on there. It's definitely has more heft to it. I can feel it just in the, so we'll get the body back on it. I'm not so sure that I'm not going to pop these wheel flares off the back to give me a little more clearance, because as you can see it gets really close to that. The front's not so bad except unless you're turning, but we're not really, I don't think we're having, well, maybe we're having a rubbing issue if you under compression. So maybe we'll pop the front flares off of it too. But let's get a weight on it, and we'll make it a surprise if we take the flares off, and it'll also be a surprise if we get to find the filler panels. Alright, let's set the truck on there and see where we're at. Oh, we actually can move them apart a little bit. Alright, so we are pretty close. We're 46 on the left front, 43.9 on the right front, 44.2. The right side total is 83, left side is 81, 37.2 on the left rear, 36.8 on the right rear. Total is 164 grams. 164.2, somewhere in there. So there's that. I'll leave the link to the axles. I can leave the links to the corner scales if I can find them. They're sometimes hard to get. And then we'll see what we can do. I think what the problem is with the rear is because I don't have the body mount in there. It lets it drop down. So there you have it. Got the axles installed. Man, that thing's a lot heavier. That's amazing. But it's all down low weight, so that's a positive, because these things seem to really respond to low weight. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Till next time, please like and subscribe.